What's going on, everybody? Greg Doss, G920 Pro State Consultants. And this is a podcast that I created for the purpose of helping veterans. And, today's the first actual working day of the month of February. Salute to all the Black veterans who served this country. Of course, this is the first day of African American History Month. But I created this playlist for veterans, not just in Tampa, all around, because sometimes we just need a safe space. And what I wanted to make sure that I continue to do is what somebody did for me. I'm service connected. I think, and shout out to the late great Corey Reynolds. One of the last things he did when we spoke was he saw me at the annex here in Tampa, and I had tried before to get my service connected disability and was unsuccessful. So I had just kind of given up on it. But he saw me one day and he said, and I was on my way out the door, and he said, Greg, as much as you do, you should take advantage of this stuff. And I kind of brushed it off, and he actually grabbed me, walked me over to the window, and made me sign up. And then the next thing you know, some years later, I've been service connected. But another part of that was another veteran, one that I served with in Germany, by the name of Yancey Berman. Shout out to Yancey Berman. We were stationed together at Fenton Army Airfield back in 1987 is when he got there. I got there in 86. He got there shortly thereafter in 87. And also shout out to Sergeant Ivy, who did a lot to help me as far as doing what I needed to do in order to put myself in a position to get promoted, which didn't happen as well as it probably should have gone. I'll get into that in a later episode. But that all led to where I am today. So again, I just want to welcome everybody to a space built by me, a veteran, to help other veterans, and especially those of you who have fought and maybe have had friends like myself who were a part of the military who came back in the box or what have you, or came back deceased, and maybe even feel betrayed by the system that was supposed to always have your back. And I'm sure we all have a bunch of stories, but nonetheless, I wanted to make sure that I started doing these things more regularly because I'm the beneficiary of a lot of people who looked out for me. And my fight is not just for myself, which you'll find out that I've done, but for other people as well. And I'm trying to stay as far away from politics as much as possible because I'm not really a fan of the fake patriotism. And it's not, and this thing is not for anybody trying to hide behind titles or uniforms while stabbing a veteran in the back. And I'm speaking specifically to the politicians and or government officials who don't do what they're supposed to do on behalf of veterans. And it's for those who worn the uniform, whether you're retired, active duty, you're service connected, or even the loved ones who support us on a daily basis. This is for you. And like I said, I just started it because I kind of been through it all. I've had false accusations. I've dealt with judicial misconduct. I've dealt with, I've had some VA. Well, the VA's been okay with me, but for those who had VA delays, and I've had property taken out of due process, despite the fact that I'm a veteran. And, I've had other issues that I don't think veterans should have to face, particularly because we took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution under a specific set of circumstances. And we, as my marker says, we're willing to give this country a check up to and including our lives. Okay, so just keep that in mind when as you move forward. And sometimes games are played with veterans, and I don't appreciate them. And they typically do these things for whatever the reasons may be. But what I want to make sure we do here is share information that can benefit other veterans along the way and making sure that they get everything that they need to be successful. So that being said, sometimes it's not about right or wrong. More important, it's about clarity, and you'll never reach resolution if you're not willing to engage in honest dialogue, even that dialogue with yourself. Take time to hug the person you love and love the person you hug. On behalf of me and my program, I'm Greg Dawson signing out. I'm saying peace and chicken grease. I'm out. Yes, ma'am.